We're just going to do a calibration on the extruder and then a leveling. So we'll just go to Tools and we'll go to Settings. We'll press the down arrow once, Extruder Calibration. Now, don't press this button unless you are going to calibrate it because it resets to 0. Okay, this 0 factor, if I click OK now, then that will just screw everything up because it has a calibration in it from native. But we've lost that calibration now, so we do have to go through the whole process. And to do that, we have to bring the bed up until it's touching the nozzle. Okay, so you can see there's the nozzle there. So it's stopping just above by about 2.5, 3 millimeters. And in the setting here, we actually go to a negative number. So just there, hit the negative until I'll go to negative 2.5, and we'll see how good that is. Just have a look at that. Okay, so that's a lot higher now. And I normally just do it by height. Yeah, that's pretty good actually, negative 2.4. So we'll go OK and finish. So that's our extruder calibration done. And now after we do the extruder calibration, we have to go and do a leveling. So we hit the level button. Because the extruder calibration just sets the distance for your leveling. Okay, so if you don't do a level after an extruder calibration, it'll probably print in the air or something like that. After doing the calibration, you always need to go and do a leveling. But once you've done the calibration, you shouldn't need to do that again on a machine, and it'll remember that calibration for its life. The only time you might is if you're changing the nozzle, if you're putting like a different brand nozzle in that's got a different height, you would have to go and do an extruder calibration again. You can't just go and do a leveling. Okay, so that's why you have an extruder calibration for different size nozzles. But this, you should always do this when you get a new machine. It's the same on the Finder and the Inventor 2 and any of the others that have the semi-auto calibrating, semi-auto leveling. Okay, so now we're going to do the calibration. Are you sure you can't tighten them? Well, you might want to turn them a little bit in the direction. So this is as though you're looking from above, so turning anti-clockwise. I just tighten those up a little bit before level. I don't bother tightening them. If you do have to tighten them totally, then you probably haven't done the calibration of the extruder. Okay, distance too big, it's telling us turn it clockwise as though we're looking from above. So we turn it clockwise until it beeps. Always go just a fraction more than when it starts to beep. And it seems to get it the first time. There we go, on to the next one. Okay, that's the second one. Almost there. There we go, completed. And we hit finish. When it's finished, there it is. Okay, so that's ready to go. Next we'll have a look at, in the next video, we'll have a look at updating the firmware, and if it won't update the firmware, how to do that with the MD5 cleaner.